Careful. There's still
Tedious.
Blade of moonlight.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
This is double speed. Time for a buzz. Nice. Let's do it again.
Careful.
When you're leveled up.
There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Time for a buzz.
Ready for death.
More enemies. Time for a buzz. Nice. Let's do it again when you're leveled up.
We've arrived. I'll just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Bai Hung's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Hey, I don't read much, but the general forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Starskiff. The author's name was Bai Hung.
That's right. Bai Hung was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck really was out of this world.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few starskiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Skyfaring Commission secretly she also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Starskiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Ha! That'll do it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long. See? The Starskiff is complete.
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Baiheng in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her. Imbibitor Lune, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
The Abundance Emanator, Shuhu, rallied a great army and attacked the Alliance. I read about it in the Shackling prison.
You seem to be interested in learning about your past life. Still, all of that was erased. After Shuhu attacked the borders, he disappeared without a trace. There are no records of his remains either. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Baiheng, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She went for the Cloud Knights. Giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in. Imbibitor Lune, you couldn't accept that Baiheng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone. There is no need to respond, Imbibitor Lune. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff. Baiheng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like
you never forgot.
Blade of Moonlight.
Time for a buzz.
Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lune. We have all the time in the world.
Can't be. A pointless struggle.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lune, do you know who crafted it for you?
it's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Head off.
In lunar flame. Blade of Moonlight.
A miracle.
A will forged in ice never falters!
In lunar flame. Blade of Moonlight.
The sanctuary is but a vision! Quick!
Secret of the safe.
In lunar flame. Blade of Moonlight.
Immortality means forever. A beauty existence.
Come on already. What took you so long?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lune. We have all the time in the world.
The moonshine was on the truth.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lune, do you know who crafted it for you?
It's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
A miracle.
In lunar flame. Blade of Moonlight.
but efficient! Break!
Come on. What?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
I'm with you.
Right. Don't think about it.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you?
It's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Time for a buzz.
I've no interest in conflict.
Merciful Medicus.
Hope you're prepared.
Ready for death.
You took the bait.
I'm still needed.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
A miracle.
This ends here.
Blade of moonlight.
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You took the bait.
Try harder.
This combat needs up. This is double speed.
Beauty existence.
Come on.
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
I'm with you.
It's not right. A pointless struggle.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you?
It's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Secret of the safe.
A will forged in ice never falters!
Try harder.
In lunar flame.
Is that all?
Beauty and innocence. A miracle.
A will forged in ice never falters! The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
Blade of moonlight. In lunar flame.
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunae's. Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
This spear is sharp enough to pierce dragon scales. Be careful, High Elder, lest you hurt yourself with it.
Yingxing.
You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the master craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short-life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
Yingxing is still alive?
Of course he's still alive. But he might be better off dead. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid in Bibiter Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion. His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the Abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shuling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingyuan. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
What a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
Miss Bailu. She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. Who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucent worms so I can take a closer look. Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Danheng, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that she
won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
Today's her last day on the Luofu.
What a shame. If she could stay for a few days, I might be able to figure out how to cure her. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. It won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, things have been a mess around here. Danheng, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
I can smell the herb. Hey! Give me back my medicine! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away! There's an even bigger monster protecting this one! When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
Soon to be departed.
So this is why your hands are so cold!
A will forged in ice never falters! It'll heal!
Blade of moonlight.
This cold isn't something normal flesh could withstand!
In lunar flame.
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
A will forged in ice never falters! The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
All right, let me make sure nothing's missing. Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment, and the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times.
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend. Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the 5 of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink. How sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jing Liu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye. A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jing Yuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuche. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the two of you beforehand.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist, but this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Ciancho lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, Why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer. Which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away. Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Imbibitor Lunae, what do you plan on doing next?
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth. Yes, it has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
Dunhung, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today. I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler. I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did? Goodbye for now, Dunhung. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now, I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
Wow, you're finally back! And just in time for the Express's grand spring cleaning. Have you ever heard of a Washtopia? It's a place where space vehicles can stop to rest. There are plenty of them throughout the universe. They're close enough together that you can travel between them without even activating a warp device. Washtopias only clean the exterior of the train, and they do a great job too. However, the seats, rooms, windows, all the nooks and crannies inside the Express. Since you only just got back, why not take a little rest and chat with the crew? Once you're ready, come find Pom Pom and we'll prepare to depart. Something seems off. Pom Pom already selected a route. We've seemingly gone off course. Strange. Stay vigilant. There might be a magnetic field nearby interfering with the Express's navigation system.
So...
What happened? What's happening? Did you see that huge shadow? Everything outside is red. You really expect me to know the answer to that? Even Mr. Yang looks surprised. That's not something you see every day.
March. The Express encountered an obstruction. The disturbance triggered a chain reaction. The Express was struck from behind by another vessel.
How do you crash into someone in space?
Another vessel in our vicinity encountered the same obstruction and was unable to control its velocity. After the collision, 2 individuals found their way onto the Express. It doesn't seem like it.
Compensation? They hit us! Well, if they're here to stir up trouble, I'll teach them a lesson. Let's go check it out.
Another anomaly in this shining universe. A blooming splash of colors. You are truly beautiful. A lady? I offer a sincere compliment. You're akin to a flower in winter. Oh? Another beautiful soul. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Argenti. I belong to the Knights of Beauty. May I know your names?
Please don't do this. He seems like a good guy. Hi, Argenti. I'm March 7th.
An honor. I was just explaining the significance of beauty to this foliage. Pardon my abruptness, but I have a habit of asking questions. As fellow beings of this universe, are you acquainted with Idrilla the Beauty? Do you doubt such an assertion? You need not, young lady. Both my words and actions come from the bottom of my heart. You are indeed beautiful, like flowers blooming in the morning sun. The Knights of Beauty travel from planet to planet, spreading the beauty's glorious reputation across the universe, so that every being may know of their existence. We strictly adhere to the commandments of our faith, tempering our physical forms and upholding our honor. Yes, though not exclusively. Just as I extol the beauty in this foliage, what I anticipate is an encounter, a collision and exchange of minds and philosophies. Young lady, now that you know something of the beauty, I wonder, can you resonate with this philosophy and place your trust in Idrilla? I understand. Young lady, with all due respect, I believe you refuse to acknowledge the beauty simply because you lack knowledge on the subject. I cherish different ideas, but judging from this situation, since you do not understand the beauty, I will have to show you in a way that only a knight can. I earnestly request a chivalrous contest with you. Should I be fortunate enough to triumph, I ask you to acknowledge Idrilla the Beauty as the most peerless beauty of all. To my lasting sadness, no. It is an unspoken rule of the Knights of Beauty that commandment is uttered before a battle between knights. I apologize. Forgive me for my lack of eloquence.
Why are you fighting?
Communicating with others can be a most difficult endeavor. It is through action alone that we can convey our intent faithfully. May you understand beauty.
In the name of Lenda, a will forged in ice never falters!
Rise to the challenge.
Let me tend your wounds.
Saving
You
me
are
won't
fighting
earn
a
you any
jet.
favor.
Hope you're prepared!
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Everything is ridiculous. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Need a doctor?
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Behold, this symbol of pure.
Is that all?
No manners, huh? Who will it be?
Time for a buzz.
Let the duel commence. Let's unload.
What's in your prescription?
You have my gratitude. In the name of Landau, a will forged in ice never falters!
Everything is ordained by those stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Time for a buzz.
Rise to the challenge.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Confess.
Let me tend your wounds. Time for a buzz.
Bear witness. To
Is that all? In the name of Landau, a will forged in ice never falters!
Who will it be? Everything is ordained. Those stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
let the duel commence.
Time for a buzz.
This ends here.
This combat needs up. This is double speed.
Saving me won't earn you any favors.
You took the bait. Time for a buzz.
Confess!
It'll heal.
But I want to know.
Treatment's not over!
That didn't count. Let's go again.
Time to what's in your prescription! Good as new. Good as new. Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
You are fighting a gentleman.
This combat needs optim. This is double speed.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Let the duel commence. Let's unload. The flesh wound.
More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Hope you're prepared. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Confess.
Enemies!
Rise to the challenge.
Need a doctor?
This ends here.
What's in your prescription? Good as new.
Bear witness. To
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
You are fighting a gentleman.
I'm still needed. Hope you're prepared. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Pledge thine loyalty. Let the duel commence. You are fighting a gentleman. Confess!
Why are you fighting?
Communicating with others can be a most difficult endeavor. It is through action alone that we can convey our intent faithfully. May you understand.
Forged in ice never falters!
Let the duel commence.
More enemies.
Rise to the challenge.
No manners, huh? Who will it be? Everything is ridiculous. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Pledge thine loyalty.
Time for a buzz.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Who invited you?
Rise to the challenge. Bear witness to.
Let me tend your wounds.
Saving me won't earn you any favors.
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
No manners, huh?
You are fighting a gentleman. Confess!
Saving me won't earn you any favors.
Pledge thine loyalty.
Everything is where. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
What's in your prescription?
You have my gratitude.
This combat needs up. This is double speed.
To the challenge.
Need a doctor?
Rise to the challenge. Let the duel commence.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Who invited you? Who will it be?
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
Hope you're prepared.
Rise to the challenge. You are fighting a gentleman.
Is that all?
More time for a buzz. This combat needs up. This is double speed.
No manners, huh? Everything is where. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Rise to the challenge.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Confess!
What's in your prescription?
my gratitude.
Who invited you? Who will it be?
Rise to the challenge. Let the duel commence.
Let me tend your wounds. Time for a buzz.
The flesh wound.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Put forth all your might.
Sorry to interrupt whatever's happening here. Forgive the interruption, but I just spoke with Himiko. The situation is more urgent than we imagined. You're welcome. Just doing my job.
My deepest apologies, Mr. Yang. My concentration has been solely centered on my conversation with her. Now, it is only fitting to disclose the main reason for my presence here. To work jointly in resolving the crisis before us. I was piloting the one and only through the galaxy when I discovered Velite, an IPC worker who accidentally fell into a huge cave. Upon saving Velite, I altered my flight course to accompany him to his original location. Consequently, I inadvertently ended up on the Express's navigational trajectory. According to him, he is an IPC worker. I believe he's currently resting in the carriage. He is still in a state of shock. He swore to follow Adrilla the goddess after being impressed by what he saw during our adventure. There was a sudden jolt not long after we had departed. I was sure we must have collided with some unknown celestial object. When I looked outside, everything was different. That was when we collided with the Express. And that is why I boarded the Express with Velite. I'm hoping to solve this crisis with you.
Thank you for coming. It'll be a first for the Express to work alongside the Knights of Beauty.
Enjoy the present moment. Continue to enjoy the present moment. You misunderstand. I must first wholeheartedly enjoy the red night of the universe before I can discover an inharmonious pitch. These two things are correlated.
Well, try not to take too long. Things could deteriorate at any moment. Could you please go check on Velite? He looks uneasy. He's a